I am returning to Arizona State University on September 27th. And so that's 27 days from now with Charlie Kirk. You may recall a big controversy. The white nationalist, as the professors, these lowlifes, these fools, these intellectual midgets, these liars, 37 professors. I've offered to go and debate any of them anywhere, to have them even come on my show. Of course not. Among their many awful traits is cowardice. People don't realize, because we're so used to it, we're inured to left-wingers hurling epithets of the worst variety. I mean, calling me a white nationalist, which is essentially a Nazi, a practicing committed Jew. I mean, calling anybody that unless they are one. But they do that because that is all the left has. Its entire weaponry is smear. That's it. Smear and lies. So it's been announced that we're returning to Arizona State University, Charlie Kirk and I. So listen to what some of the professors have to say. Michael Ostling, a Barrett Honors Faculty Professor. Wow. It sounds so distinguished. Honors Faculty Professor. You think of a person committed to intellectual honesty and truth and dialogue. I mean, isn't that what comes up when you think of honors professor? This time around, Prager and Kirk will not be speaking in my name or the name of the college to which I belong, said Michael Ostling, a Barrett Honors Faculty Professor, in an email. This lessens my responsibility to speak up against them, but not my responsibility to stand in solidarity with the people that this group of trolls so delights in bullying and vilifying. Did you see that quote? You know what he's talking about?
I assume he's talking about people trolling him, conservatives trolling him.
Oh. So we're not trolls. He's being trolled.
Yeah.
So it does not, okay, I didn't understand that part. It does not lessen my responsibility to stand in solidarity with the people that this group of trolls so delights in bullying and vilifying.
Yeah. So the trolls...
The trolls are people who have vilified him.
Well, or vilified LGBT.
Well, no, you see, that's what's not clear.
I didn't say it was clear.
Oh, you didn't say it was clear. Okay, I can't charge you with that. That's true. So I thought I'm a troll who delights in bullying and vilifying. I'm not. Okay. Since the first Health, Wealth, and Happiness seminar, many of the Barrett faculty who signed the petition to distance themselves from the event have been put on Kirk's professor watch list. It sounds like you're on a list to be assassinated. I mean, it's a watch list. That's all it is. Beware, these are left-wing, radical, anti-intellectual liars. That's what it generally means to be on Charlie Kirk's professor watch list. If you send your child to this university, beware that this faculty member could not care less about truth, craps on this country, etc., etc. See, so the left-wing professor should be allowed to say anything, no matter how irresponsible, and we're not allowed to say, gee, that's irresponsible, and parents and students be aware that this professor is incompetent and is morally challenged, to put it as kindly as I can. In the months since the uproar surrounding the initial Health, Wealth, and Happiness event, said Alex Young, a Barrett Honors Faculty Professor, in an email, since the uproar, well, didn't he create the uproar? Okay, just want to make sure that I haven't entered the twilight zone. Surrounding the initial Health, Wealth, and Happiness event, it has been made abundantly clear that Dennis Prager and Charlie Kirk are attempting to use ASU as a stage upon which to promote their broader anti-inclusive and anti-intellectual agenda. May I say that it is obvious I run rings intellectually around people like Alex Young, whoever the hell he is, and I prove it because he would never appear on the same stage with me to debate. Okay? So why don't you, I'm a pretty prominent. Wouldn't you gain a tremendous following and tremendous gratitude from your fellow left-wingers if you simply demolished me intellectually? Why don't you try that, Alex Young? Because you know you're lying. That's why. You know that there's nothing anti-intellectual about us, but there's something profoundly anti-intellectual about you. That's why we're going back to Arizona State University. It's most interesting. Yeah, health, wealth, and happiness, that's really bad stuff, isn't it? That's true. Charlie Kirk, when we were there last time, devoted his entire half hour to speaking about the benefits of keeping the Sabbath one day a week, shutting off his phone and social media. He's a Christian who's taken with the Jewish way of observing the Sabbath and does it from Friday night to Saturday night. I don't even try to contact him. Not that I'm particularly contactable either. People know that. So it's a quiet phone on the Sabbath for me. That's what he did. There's one of the 37 signatories to begging people not to come to our talk. Does one of them even know what we talked about? The state of the professoriate is so low in the United States as to be worthy of weeping. And these Barrett Honors Fellows at ASU are just examples of that. They're no worse because you can't get worse. But there's certainly no better. One of the many, many revelations of the last few years for me has been the sheep-like quality that is built into most human beings. We've always been told the famous Japanese saying, the nail that sticks out should be hammered in. In other words, don't stick out. You'll pay a price for not marching with the herd. And so much of my life I thought it was a Japanese or perhaps Asian characteristic, but it's a human characteristic. These are sheep, these left-wing professors. They're the people who teach your children to the extent that they teach. What else have I learned? I should write an article, what I've learned in the last 4 years. Or confirmed, either learned or had confirmed. The weakness of the conscience. This Alex Young goes to bed with a clear conscience. I have lied about 2 individuals, utterly lied and smeared, and I feel great about myself. So much for the power of the conscience.